All right, so welcome back to my second video. Um, in this video, we're going to just be talking about some examples or companies that use the sharing economy business model in the way that they operate with buyers and sellers of whatever product or commodity they are partaking in. So, new ways of doing business and exchanging commodities and services are like so accessible nowadays that um, they're only as far away as an app in an app store on a smartphone. And with everyone, uh, if you look around, like typically having iPhones and Androids, uh, these companies are just becoming more and more prevalent. So some examples of companies that following the sharing economy are firstly ones based around the exchange of clothing, and a familiar one to many people is eBay, which is an online marketplace where goods can be bid upon and bought and sold from different people across the world. And obviously, eBay is not just a marketplace for clothing, but it is one of the primary things that is bought and sold on the website. And another company that is specific to clothing is Poshmark, which allows people to connect to their friends and people they know through establishing a profile through Facebook. And with this platform, people can buy and sell used or new clothing, which is could be seen as underutilized assets that they don't want anymore. Um, a more expensive and high end version of a platform or company like this is Rent the Runway, where designer clothing items like dresses can be rented for one night at a fraction of the cost it would be to own that item. So people like for prom can use Rent the Runway to get a nice dress. Um, a different sharing economy business um, is one that revolves around car sharing, which I feel like most uh, people at UMass Amherst are familiar with. And the most popular one is obviously Uber, where owners of vehicles uh, that are willing to make them accessible to riders who need transportation split profits with the company to drive riders where they need to go. And Uber does set this price based on an algorithm, which is also something like very oftentimes featured in sharing economies. They have technology and algorithms that are figuring a lot of logistics of how their company works out. Um, and Uber has even said that they do not view themselves as a sharing economy, but more of a technological commodity and business based on logistics, similar to FedEx or Amazon. But I don't really see that because I do think that similar to the company Lyft, they both uh, are founded upon the service and asset of a car and how those are uh, those are paid for by people who need the transportation. Um, so another one that we have is Airbnb, where people offer open rooms or their asset of a home and charge people a nightly cost to stay there. Um, some other ones are food and delivery systems like Grubhub, Postmates, Uber Eats. Um, these allow people to order food from restaurants that don't usually deliver, and the company would facilitate a delivery method for them. Uh, Co-working opportunities like WeWork provide the asset of workspace to freelancers, entrepreneurs, telecommuters, so they can work at a desk or office environment. And a local example of this at UMass Amherst is Amherst Works, located downtown on Amity Street. Um, an example of the sharing economy from class that was highlighted was when we got to ask Seyram's friend Kamal questions about his sharing economy businesses in Ghana, and he's the CEO of Trotro Tractor and Farmable, which offer agricultural based assets to people that would not normally be able to afford them. And as you can see, that all of these companies are run online and typically depend upon interactions or business transactions between people. These companies also themselves just facilitate the transaction, as they don't really directly provide any specific service or product to the customers. Um, so here we have mentioned a lot of business that operate under this business model, and in the next video I will discuss the concept of labor in the sharing economy.